Hi everybody, Sherry here with you. Welcome back to my channel. So I'm just about to prepare dinner and I thought I would share this recipe with you guys because I think you're gonna like it as much as we do. This is a curried chicken and broccoli casserole that I've been making for quite a few years, and I've made it for guests and things in the past and they've always wanted the recipe when they leave, so I think it's a keeper. I know we really like it, so I wanted to share it with you guys, so here we go. So I took a picture of the actual recipe and I will insert that here in just a minute. I thought it would be easier that way. I don't have to write it all out and you guys can just take a screenshot of it and you can have the recipe right there to follow. So here it is. So the first thing we need is some cooked chicken. Now I have some raw, boneless, skinless chicken breasts. They were on sale this week at Save on More Foods. So I grabbed a package of those. So I've got a pot of water on my stove. I'm just gonna get it up to the boil and I'm going to cook my chicken for 20 minutes. Now you could totally use a pre-cooked rotisserie chicken from the grocery store if you wanted to, and you could just pull all the cooked chicken off of that. You could cook your own chicken maybe in the crock pot all day. When you come home from work, it would be ready to go and you could shred it that way as well. And you can use any kind of chicken you want. You can use breast, which is what I'm going to be using, but you could also use thigh, or you could use a mixture of white and dark meat. It is totally up to you. So I'm going to go ahead and get this chicken cooking. So I've just put my chicken breasts into this boiling big pot of water here, and I'm going to cook this for about 20 minutes. I'm just going to go ahead and set my timer here for 20 minutes. And in the meantime, we're going to get our broccoli and our sauce ready. So I've got a nice big bag of broccoli here. I'm just going to go ahead and kind of cut it up into bite-sized pieces. And I'm going to, of course, rinse it and get it ready to put into my steamer. Now, as far as steaming goes, we're not going to steam this for very long because it is going to be going into the oven. And you just want to just barely kind of get the cooking process started. So you're looking for pieces kind of like this size, just, you know, easy to eat. So I'm going to go ahead and get this all cut up. And when I come back, we'll show you just before I put it into my little steamer here. So I rinsed my broccoli and I've placed it in my little steamer here. You guys can go ahead and use whatever method you normally would for steaming your vegetables. And I am just gonna put this on for, like I say, you don't need to cook this for very long. 2 or 3 minutes is probably long enough. I'll check it. Like I said, I don't want it to be done. I don't want it anywhere near done actually, because otherwise it'll just be way overcooked because we are gonna be baking it in the oven. So I'll let this cook for a couple minutes and then I'll check it and see where we're at. In the meantime, I'm going to put together our sauce. So to make the sauce is actually super easy. There aren't a lot of ingredients involved. Now, I like to kind of lower the calorie intake if I can, and where I have been able to, I've just used like a fat-free sour cream. I've used a lighter version of the Miracle Whip, and I've tried to get a fat-free or a lighter version of the cream of mushroom soup and the cream of chicken soup. I just personally like it that way, but by all means use whatever, you know, amount of fat, however, whatever you like. That is totally up to you. And then I just picked up some just regular curry powder and some regular old lemon juice here. Now, I want to give you a little tip. Do not try using any other salad dressing other than Miracle Whip. I don't know what it is, but Miracle Whip just makes it taste so yummy. So you can just imagine all these kind of flavors all melding together. The flavor that this gives is just absolutely incredible. I absolutely love it. And it's even better the second day when it's when you're eating it for leftovers. The flavors, I think, just have more of a chance to get all the way through, and it is amazing the next day. So let's go ahead and get the sauce all together here. So you're just going to need a bowl, and I'm just going to open up these 2 cans of soup. So the next thing I'm going to add is the 1 cup of sour cream. This definitely isn't what you'd call diet food, but like I say, I try to, you know, reduce some of the calories by at least using a little bit fatter, you know, fat-free kind of things or calorie-reduced kind of things. And I don't think it really changes the flavor at all, so I don't have a problem doing that. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add roughly a cup of the Miracle Whip. Like I said, make sure you use the Miracle Whip because I've tried other salad dressings in the past and they just aren't the same. Now I'm just going to eyeball this, but yeah, you want roughly a cup here. There we go. Perfect. And then we're going to add our lemon juice. So you want 3 tablespoons of lemon juice. You could use fresh squeezed lemon, would be really, really good, I'm sure as well, but this is what I have. And so you guys are going to be amazed at how awesome this tastes. I'm not even a fan of curry, really. I don't, you know, if I go out for dinner or something, I don't seek out a curry dish for sure. Okay, now as far as the curry powder goes, you can add the 3 tablespoons if you like, which is what I'm going to do because I know I love it. So I'm going to go ahead and do the 3. But if you're not sure, and you know, you can always add more later, or yeah, you can add as little or as much as you want. So there's 2 and 3. And the color of this is absolutely amazing. And the smell is amazing. Oh my gosh, I wish you guys could smell this. So I'm gonna go ahead and just give this a really good stir to get it all combined together. And all the flavors will kind of get through this a little bit more as well while it's sitting, while I'm, you know, cutting up the chicken. So I'm also going to preheat my oven to 425. Get that going. And I will also make some rice to go with this. Now you could use white rice, which is what I like to use, or you could use brown rice. You could use quinoa, would be really yummy, or even potatoes I think would be really yummy with this as well. So it's entirely up to you what you'd like to use. Now at this point, I usually like to kind of give this a little bit of a taste test, just to make sure I like all the flavors. Oh my gosh, it's so tangy and so, oh, it has such a good zip to it. I don't even know how else to explain it. But yes, it's perfect. Really, really yummy. So I'm going to set this aside, and the last thing we have to do is just cut up our chicken. So my chicken has been boiling for 20 minutes, and it'll be done now. So I'm going to go ahead and just take this out and put it on a plate so it can cool down a bit, so it'll be a little bit easier to handle. It won't be so hot. And yeah, so I'm just going to let this cool down, and then I'm going to cut it into like bite-sized pieces, or you could shred it, or however you like to do it. I like to just, you know, cut it into little squares basically. So yeah, we'll let this cool down for a few minutes. All right, so now we're just going to cut our chicken breasts into nice bite-sized pieces. It is still pretty hot, so to be a little bit careful here. You can see that it's basically shredding. I mean, that it's really not a big deal. It doesn't have to look perfect. It's a casserole, right? So if it shreds, that's okay. Makes it easier to eat that way too, actually. So I'm going to go ahead and just finish cutting up all this chicken, and I'm going to put it into my casserole dish, and then I'll show you what the next step is. So I've just evenly spread my chicken out on the bottom of my casserole dish, and the next thing I'm going to do is put the broccoli right on top. You don't even have to mix it together, just kind of spread it all out here evenly on the top. And then the last step is to put our yummy, yummy sauce over top of everything. And then you're going to bake this uncovered for about 15 to 20 minutes. It should get nice and bubbly and golden brown on the top, and that's how you know it's done. And then, yeah, serve it over top of your nice hot rice. It is absolutely delicious. So I hope you guys try this recipe, and I would love to hear your comments and what you think of it and what you think of the taste of it. Like I said, I can't wait to dig into this. I have been craving this for days now, so I can hardly wait. It's going to be so yummy. So yeah, so I just spread this all over the top here. I'm going to, of course, get the rest of this out of the bowl, and I'm gonna bake it, and yeah, I can't wait to show you what it looks like when it's all done. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this little share today. Have a great evening, and until next time, I'll catch you on the next one. Bye for now, everybody.